Okay, let's just dive straight into this explainer. Right now, it feels like everybody is talking about artificial intelligence. Honestly, you literally cannot escape it. But there is this massive difference between reading about some multi-billion-dollar tech rollout and actually knowing how to use this stuff to, make your Tuesday morning just a little bit easier. So today, we're going to bridge that gap. We're looking at how you can move past the hype and start bringing AI into your actual daily routine.
Check out this number. A staggering 40% of U.S. GDP growth this year is being driven by AI tech investment. I mean, that is an absolute tidal wave of money. Companies are throwing hundreds of billions of dollars at trying to automate the workplace, basically crossing their fingers for a magic productivity wand. The financial stakes have literally never been higher.
But contrast that massive ocean of cash with this honestly shocking stat from an MIT Media Lab study. Ready? 95% of generative AI pilots in the workplace have failed. Just let that sink in for a second. Despite the billions pouring into the space, when it comes down to actual on-the-ground deployment, almost all of these early experiments are just falling completely flat. We've got this amazing tech, but the adoption just isn't taking root yet.
So to figure out how to actually survive this shift and make these tools work for you, we're going to break things down. Here's our agenda for today. Number 1, the productivity gap. 2, why pilots fail. 3, building daily AI habits. 4, mastering effective AI prompts. And finally, number 5, navigating risks and verification.
All right, starting off with Section 1, the productivity gap. Let's explore why this corporate AI rollout is currently so messy.
The core issue here is that businesses are adopting AI at two totally different speeds. On one end of the spectrum, you've got tech companies who are already so far along, they're treating AI agents like literal coworkers. On the flip side, traditional companies are struggling just to get their employees past using basic ChatGPT to answer super simple questions. We actually looked at an analysis of S&P 500 earnings reports, and CEOs were raving about a Cambrian explosion of innovation. But then you look at their actual financial filings, there are very few concrete productivity gains to show for it. Right now, it's really just a bunch of abstract experimentation. Which brings us to Section 2, why pilots fail. Why is there such a huge disconnect between the money being spent and the actual reality?
Ewan Blair, the CEO of the upskilling platform Multiverse, really hit the nail on the head here. He noted that what a lot of people are doing with AI right now is the equivalent of having a brand new iPhone and just using it to send text messages and make calls. The bottom line? There is a severe training gap. Workers just aren't being taught how to actually harness the deeper capabilities of these tools. With the old software we used to use, you could buy it and just kind of figure it out over time. AI is totally different. Its capabilities are so massive that if you're just treating it like a fancy calculator, you are completely missing the point and losing out on all those productivity gains.
So, how do we fix this? That takes us to Section 3, building daily AI habits.
True adoption doesn't happen in the boardroom. It happens right at your desk. The trick is to frame your AI use as a series of low-stakes personal experiments. Straight from the source data, here are some proven daily tests you can run based on your specific role. To build up your fluency, try starting with 3 really simple daily prompts. Ask the AI to summarize this long email thread, or draft a polite decline to this meeting request, or even format my rough notes into a table. If you work in accounts, try scaling this to process invoices. Teams are actually seeing that happen 50% faster with half the errors. Customer service, have it draft polite responses to help effectively de-escalate upset clients. Notice how you aren't reinventing the whole business here. These are low-risk, super practical tasks that you can literally start testing out today.
Amanda Brophy from Google makes a really great point about this. She notes that any skepticism you have is only going to fade when you actually test these tools out on your own, customized, day-to-day assignments. True AI adoption isn't just about learning a new software tool, it's about building a daily practice. It's not an either-or scenario between having the tech and having the training. You really need to carve out a few minutes every single day to test AI on routine tasks. Think of it like hitting the gym, but for building your AI fluency.
And that leads perfectly into Section 4, mastering effective AI prompts. This is probably the single most critical skill you need to develop right now.
The source material suggests something really interesting. Journalists actually make excellent prompters. Why? Because they know exactly how to interrogate a subject. Adapting this journalist approach is the absolute secret to getting valuable work out of AI. You've got to stop treating it like a simple search bar where you just type in 3 words and cross your fingers. Instead, treat it like an interviewee. Ask precise questions, layer in some deep context, and really guide it to the exact answer you're looking for.
To help with that, Google's professional training arm put together this really powerful 4-step framework to make sure you get the exact right output from your new digital coworker every single time. Try making this your daily go-to. Step 1, define the audience. Step 2, establish your exact goal for the task. Step 3, provide the background context. And Step 4, always include your reference materials. If you use this exact step-by-step structure to draft an email or summarize a meeting, I promise you your results will instantly jump from robotic and generic to highly specific and incredibly useful.
Finally, we need to talk about the flip side of this in Section 5, navigating risks and verification. We have to address the real dangers here, because workplace rules are drastically different from how you use AI at home. Since accuracy matters so much at work, you absolutely cannot just blindly trust the AI's output. We are seeing a huge rise in what's called shadow use cases, which is basically employees quietly using AI tools without any official oversight. But remember, these models hallucinate, they make factual mistakes, and sending an AI-generated email with totally made-up numbers to a key client isn't just a minor typo. That could be an embarrassing and honestly catastrophic relationship-ending disaster for an organization. So, verification is an absolute necessity.
To protect against those kinds of nightmares, organizations have to balance strong digital defenses with employees who actually know how to check the AI's work. It really comes down to a few core requirements. The real magic happens when you combine good structured data and strong cyber defenses with an AI-literate staff. Basically, you, as the employee, have to be the human in the loop. You need to routinely verify the facts, the figures, and frankly the tone of whatever the AI brings back before you ever hit send.
If we zoom out and look at the timeline, it's pretty clear we're in an experimental phase right now, very much like the early internet back in the mid-1990s. There is a ton of boom and bust excitement and some really wild experimentation going on. But make no mistake, this abstract hype is going to fade. The future belongs entirely to the practical. Only the AI use cases that actually bring proven, tangible benefits to your everyday routine are going to survive this initial bubble.
So as you head back to your daily tasks today, I want to leave you with a final thought to kind of spark your next personal experiment. Take a look at the tools you have available and ask yourself honestly, are you treating your AI like a highly capable million-dollar coworker, or are you still just using it to send the equivalent of a basic text message? It's time to start experimenting, start prompting like an investigative journalist, and actually make AI work for you. See you on the next Explainer.